Moving on, the former Deputy President of the Nigerian Senate, Ekweremadu, and his wife Beatrice have been arrested and charged for allegedly bringing a child to the UK for organ harvesting. The Metropolitan Police in a statement say they were charged to court on Thursday following an investigation by the force's specialist crime team. They were charged with conspiracy to arrange and facilitate travel of another person with a view to exploitation, namely organ harvesting.
Meanwhile, the Oxbridge Magistrate Court denied Ekweremadu and his wife bail and adjourned the trial to July 7, 2022. Earlier, the police said the investigation was launched after detectives were alerted to potential offences under modern slavery legislation in May 2022, whilst also confirming that the child in question has been safeguarded. According to a report from the World Health Organization, a worldwide network of doctors have collected evidence suggesting that there are an estimated 10,000 illegal black market operations involving trafficked and purchased human organs every year.
Trading in organs, either from living or deceased individuals, is illegal in many countries and goes against terms set out by the World Health Organization. Organ trafficking in the UK seems to be booming after the first case in 2012 when a girl was brought from Somalia with the intention of removing her organs and selling them to patients desperate for a transplant.
There have been several stories and allegations that have floated on the internet. Of course, there are documents as well. I'm going to read the letter, the visa application that was written by Senator Ekweremadu. The letter says it's titled Medical Visa Application for Ukpo David. I'm writing in support of the visa application made by Mr. Ukpo David, who is currently having medical investigations for a kidney donation to Ms. Sonia Ekweremadu. David and Sonia will be at the Royal Free Hospital, London, and I'll be providing the necessary funding. I've enclosed a statement of my bank account. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you require additional information. Please accept the assurances of my highest regard. Yours faithfully, Senator Ekweremadu, PhD, CFR. And there have been several conversations about the subject matter. What we do see first is if you gauge social media reaction, there's a mass excitement, unfortunately, in this regard, because the excitement stems from the fact that some people are happy that he's been apprehended. And what we can see is there's some sort of a discontent amongst people in a way that makes people, want to see some form of punishment being meted out on Nigerian politicians. So some would ask that why is the rejoicing, massive in that way? Is it a testament to something Ekweremadu did or said? Or is it a testament to his previous character evidence? Or is it because Nigerians are angry, Nigerian young people are angry, are just looking for some form of scapegoat? That's one angle to this conversation. Another angle would be, can we categorically say that, his hands were clean or dirty because he specifically stated out what the intentions were in that letter? I mean, if there were ulterior motives, the opposing arguments I've seen would be that if there were ulterior motives, he would not have specifically said medical visa application for Ukpo, stating that he was coming to undergo investigations for a potential donation.
Yeah. Well, aside the politicization, of situations like this, in Nigeria, there's also that part, where people would always would celebrate, when the justice system or the criminal, justice system basically works in a different country, compared to Nigeria. People will always say, oh, if it wasn't Nigeria, it probably would have worked different, would have seen a different story. There's also going to be people speculating, and creating their own conspiracy theories concerning, situation like this, but from what we know, and what we don't know, I think there's so much more that we do not know compared to what we know. We've seen pictures of him, of course, in court. The UK, of course, has said that he's going to be held till the 7th of July. And of course, it also says that there might have been issues with the age of the person who was being taken to the UK for for donation, and all of that.
I think what would then be worrying is, or the questions that are being asked are, did he know that the person was underage? Was it an intentional act of him taking a minor to the UK for organ donation? Was the person aware that the organ was being donated?
Yeah, but I feel something went wrong, at some point, in this whole process. And that's my own thoughts. Something must have gone wrong. It's either whatever it is that was illegal, if there was anything legal in the whole process, was found out, or it was seen to be a legal process, and then at some point something went wrong that has eventually turned out this way. But like they've said, they were investigating it for a bit before the arrest was eventually made on Tuesday, I think. And of course, he was sent to court on Thursday. So we will still continue searching for more details on this. We can't really speak authoritatively on any of these issues because we don't know the facts as to what happened in this case. Another
thing we can talk about, though, another angle that we can look at is how this may or may not reflect on Nigeria. Now, of course, I do trust that the legal system will do what it needs to do, that there'll be investigations done, but will this reflect negatively on the country? First of all, we have to check our ratings on the Transparency International Index. What's our corruption rating? Will this worsen things for us? A few days ago, the UK announced that it will take for those who are applying for student visa who wanted to go to school in September. They needed to start earlier, that they would need 5 weeks now. So there's an extension of time for visa application. Whilst they're saying, of course, we want you to come and school in the UK, but you have to apply 5 weeks earlier. Yeah. So now the question is, will this now mean that there'll be more, there'll be tighter measures that would be employed in ensuring that Nigerians, before Nigerians can come to the UK, is there going to be profiling? Is there going to be a lot of visa refusals, a lot of rejections, or an extension of time further because of how this is turning out?
Well, I don't think so. I think this is just a peculiar case, and it's not the first, allegation of human or organ trafficking that has been mentioned across the world. That hasn't also affected other countries. This is just a one-off, I believe. That you would rarely ever hear of cases like this. Or high-profile cases like this, with Nigerian politicians. So this is just a one-off. I don't think it's going to affect, Nigerians generally. There are still Nigerians that are in jail in Indonesia and in China and other countries for drug trafficking and all of that. And it hasn't necessarily, tainted or painted the country in a particular light. So maybe it has. But, this for me is just a one-off.
I guess we wouldn't know yet. Yeah, in time, we will get to find out. But of course, it is certainly a developing story. Yeah. We do not have all the facts yet. And of course, as investigations are being done, we will be following the story here.